Hello, Willmore families. This is Principal Matthews. I would like to walk you through our reopening plan. It is with excitement that I can share our Willmore reopening plan, handbook, and expectations. I am confident that our staff, students, and parents will work together to overcome any challenges. It will take all of us to stay healthy and safe. Thank you in anticipation of your support with these plans as they have been set forth to us by the Orange County Department of Health and our state guidelines. Students that have selected our hybrid learning model will occur in person and through direct live instruction. On Mondays, however, all students will be working virtually from home. If your student is 100% virtual, they will be learning 5 days a week with a synchronous and asynchronous support of a teacher. Student cohorts for our AM/PM model are being determined based on the parent selection provided to us by your commitment forms. There are many factors that need to be considered when placing a student into their cohort. We are aware that cohorts cannot be done perfectly. We appreciate your understanding as we create equal groupings. Please note that if you would like to change your either hybrid or 100% virtual model, please contact your teacher directly. We are taking many things into consideration: siblings, our dual, and our combos. Our first phase begins on October 19th. Preschool, TK Kinder, and our SDC mild, mod, severe pathway students will begin that week. Our first through fifth grade students will begin the week of October 26th. For your convenience, these schedules will also be uploaded to our website. Please note our new arrival and dismissal procedures. Preschool, TK, and Kinder will have a walk-up gate only. This gate is designated to the left of the administration building. Please note the parking lot in front of the administration building that borders Maple is a staff parking only. ESP will utilize the NPR as their entrance as they have been doing so. Our visitor parking lot is now designated in the parking lot that borders Maple Street and Chestnut Street. Please note that this is a drive-through or walking drop-off zone. Please make sure that your child is ready with a mask before exiting the vehicle. We ask you not to park there and keep moving your vehicle forward. This parking lot also has access to first, second, and Cordova classes. The second parking lot that only borders Chestnut is a staff parking only. Our third through fifth grade classes will have that as their designated gate. Please make sure that while standing in line, you're adhering to our 6 feet social distancing rules, as well as wearing your masks. Before students come onto campus while waiting in line, they must have a mask on and social distance. Temperatures will be checked at the gate. If your student has a 100-degree or above temperature, we will be calling you immediately to pick up your child. Entering and exiting campus. Students entering campus are assigned to a gate. Please plan to arrive on time and go directly to class. Leaving campus. Students leaving campus are being asked to leave as soon as class is over. Unless they are attending childcare or ESP, students will not be allowed to remain on school grounds and wait for any siblings. Parents or authorized adults must pick up their children immediately after school. We ask that you come on time and not linger or come early. Please make sure that you're on time for drop-off and pickup. Non-essential visitors. We thank you for your understanding in keeping everyone safe. No visitors are allowed on campus at this time. If you need to speak to anyone, please email or call that person directly, or call our office at 714-895-3765. Should you need to pick up your student during the day, please call the office to make those arrangements ahead of time. Once you arrive to pick up your student, please stay in your vehicle. Your student will meet you at their assigned gate. Campus directionality. Signage has been placed throughout the school to direct students' pathways. Students and staff need to adhere to a 6-foot social distancing guidelines and must wear their masks at all times. 6-foot social distancing signage has also been placed surrounding Willmore to guide our families while dropping off and picking up their students. Our preschool, TK, and kinder students will be arriving through our front gate. Please do not crowd the gate. Please note that we do have social distancing stickers that begin right here. You will be called to the gate where they will take your temperature, and your students will immediately be going into their classroom where their teachers will greet them. Thank you so much for helping us stay COVID-free and also not crowding our gates. Our AM, PM kiddos will have 3 access gates. For our first, second, and first over classrooms, they will be entering through this gate. Please note, do not crowd this area and begin lining up where your stickers are designated. For our 3rd through 5th grade students, we have another designated gate. They will be walking through this staff-only parking lot and will enter through the back gate. Please note, no parents or non-essential workers will be allowed to come through this parking lot area. Please keep this open as our students are entering and being dismissed from school. Some very important changes, parents, are the following. Please note that our ESP students will be entering through the NPR as they have been doing so. Please also note that our parking lot that borders Maple will only be a staff-only parking lot. Therefore, our visitor designated area is the parking lot bordering Maple and Chestnut. Please know that we will have many parents dropping off students as they are entering onto campus and also being dismissed. We ask your help. Please do not park in this area. This is a drop-off and pickup zone only. Please make sure students are ready to go with their masks and ready to exit the vehicle. We will ask you to move forward if you are there longer than 2 minutes. Thank you so much. Our indoor safety enhancements include students' desks set 6 feet apart. Students will have plexiglass shields on their desks and frequent cleaning of high-touch areas. Our outdoor safety enhancements include directional arrows, campus signage, hand washing stations for classrooms that do not have an indoor sink, social distancing stickers. We kindly ask and request that our parents send students with water bottles, as our water stations will not be available. We also have our grab-and-go meals. Custodial responsibility. Custodians will be cleaning in between our AM and PM classes, as well as after school. Please note that we have a checklist which must be completed prior to moving on to the next classroom. Student behavior expectations. All students must wear their masks at all times. The exception is temporarily removing it during periods of physical exhaustion. Attendance matters. Attendance will be taken in class, in person, and virtually by the virtual teacher. Asynchronous learning. This is independent learning. Students are still required to complete asynchronous assignments and turn those assignments into their teacher on time. Creating a culture of empathy. We need to understand everyone's comfort level with COVID is different. And in order to keep everyone healthy and safe, we must adhere to our guidelines. Let's review some frequently asked questions regarding face coverings. Our guidance comes from the Orange County Department of Education. Are students required to wear a face covering while at school or during a school-related activity? Yes. Are schools required to teach and reinforce the use of face covering? Yes. Are schools required to provide face coverings for students that do not bring their own? Yes. Are face coverings subject to dress code policies? Yes. Are face shields a replacement for a face covering? No, unfortunately, they're not. What happens if a student refuses to wear a face covering at school? According to the guidance, we must exclude students from campus. Students who consistently refuse to wear a face covering at school must be excluded from in-person instruction and provided educational opportunities through distance learning. Are gaiters and masks with exhalation valves or vents accepted face coverings? No, we are sorry, they are not acceptable. Student symptom decision tree. Parents, please note that depending on how severe or how many symptoms a student is demonstrating is the time that they will be asked to be quarantined at home. It could be 24 hours, 10 days, or up to 14 days. These symptoms include a fever of 104 or above, congestion, runny nose, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, sore throat, headache, fatigue, muscle or body aches, cough, difficulty breathing, or loss of taste and smell. Please refer to our WSD Opening Schools and Safety Plan. If a student is demonstrating any one of those symptoms, they will be placed in an isolation area. They will be monitored by our staff, and this isolation area is located near the front of the school and does not border any classrooms where students may be present. You will be called and asked to immediately pick up your student. Our isolation area will be located right outside of our nurse's office, where there is plenty of ventilation. If your child is exhibiting any of the COVID symptoms, we will call you immediately, place them in the isolation area, and have you pick them up as soon as possible. If weather does not permit, they will be moved into our lounge area. For students attending in person, our meal service for hybrid learners is the following. Meals will be delivered to their classroom prior to dismissal. They will be provided a grab-and-go lunch and breakfast for the following day. If your student is a PM cohort learner, please make sure that they have eaten something before arriving to school. On Mondays and for our virtual learners, we will still have a lunch drive-through. Please note that it has been relocated to our visitors parking lot that borders Maple and Chestnut Street. Our AM/PM hybrid students will be taking home a grab-and-go lunch. For our virtual kiddos, we will still have our grab-and-go drive-through. Also, please remember that all students learn from home on Mondays. Therefore, we have placed our grab-and-go lunch area in this designated visitors parking lot. Please note that they will no longer be in the front. They will be placed here and will be here Monday through Friday. Return to School Family Health and Safety Handbook. Please note that for your convenience, you can find this handbook in English, Spanish, and Vietnamese. Please go to the Willmore website and download a copy. We are also asking families to sign the Health and Safety Handbook acknowledgement forms as you are returning to school. Thank you for your continued patience and anticipated support with these changes. It will take all of us. Please don't hesitate to call us at 714-895-3765 if you have any questions.